story. Rising of the Origins is a free 3-day immersion starting October 18th, 2022. Day 1, setting the stage. Discover how to utilize the elements to set your foundation. Calling in an elemental being for protection, being centered, open, and closing space. Day 2, gift and purpose. Merging with the elements, we can discover our gift and our purpose, releasing what no longer serves us, recognizing our authentic self, being a conduit by connecting to our higher self, our Sira, and more. Day 3, connecting the subtle and the elemental, the energetic centers, the elemental realm as doorways, gathering information on the highway, working with the centers to figure out the elements that creates our current threads. Being able to log in here at club.tanyad.tv/login and watch the replays, explore the goodies inside your own personal library. My wish for you is that through each day you awaken the spirit that resides within you. Through seeing yourself with vital eyes, life transforms, passions ignited through the information superhighway, awakening the spirit. Save your spot and activate your portal at club.tanyad.tv/rise, and I will see you
on the other side. I cut myself off on that one. But inshallah and ashe, it's a Freaky Friday, or maybe it's thank God it's Friday, I don't know. But with our emotions guiding our heart today, being heart-centric, feeling our feelings. Feelings are having this inner awakening to explore the world outside of ourselves and our future selves of what a relationship could actually feel like. Probably magnetizing or calling it in, I guess. Being more inclined to be a little more curious because the moon's in the season of Gemini. So this is a curious sensation. Things are interesting, questioning everything. But the heart's feeling organic and natural. Just exploring and feeling into a new way of feeling, a different way of feeling, a new perspective, maybe even a new paradigm. Just maybe observing even how a long-term partnership or relationship with someone, a situation, event, maybe a new career, I don't know, how that would make your heart really feel, lighting you up, kind of, again, like E.T. And then leading up to opening us up to this expansive inner wisdom, this knowledge, a different way of seeing things, streaming forward into the future and onward. So it's kind of like the Discovery Channel of information in our relationship quadrant, new knowledge coming in, even being in a long-term relationship. Can't say that works for me, but it could lead to a different transformation, a different narrative, a new soul chapter, allowing our heart to run free, be wild like the wind with all kinds of ideas and different images and mental pictures and awarenesses of what that could feel like in our mind's eye, I guess. But with that, welcome to today's daily snippet. Once again, I am your host. I'm a practicing holistic shaman and medium, an otherworldly life coach, and a subtle energetic surgeon. I do go by the term holistic Sha medium, which is a merging of it all, coined by my friend Rich while I was in Mongolia, streaming there in the teepees with the West Taiga and the shamans there. But my intention is to utilize these indigenous technologies along with these elemental realms, our original divine blueprint to navigate our soul's harmonic, which is online today, by the way, through the realms of the elemental, the imaginal, into and through the shamanic portal. That's what I call the 8th energetic center or soul star, the cosmos with subtle realms, and really so much more with offerings, prescriptions, and ritual. Food for our soul, the otherworldly kind, to really add to your personal container, the sauce of those ingredients, your personal medicine, really. Your prime directive, like your gift and purpose, really just assisting you in discovering your inner genius, your personal medicine, the star that I believe wholeheartedly we all are, reintroducing you to that magical being, the essence that resides within you, so your light shines even brighter. Maybe having our own constellation, right? It's kind of like that. But my name is Tanya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. And if you have yet to subscribe to my channels, please do, YouTube or otherwise. And remember, referring and liking or sharing Tanya D on YouTube, my Musing with Tanya D podcast. If you have listened in to the Otherworldly Insight season, that's the season's title for 2022, and out for your musing pleasure. This latest podcast is dedicated to Venus and Libra, being in the house of the season and exploring our ability to open up and receive like a Venetian god, I guess. Spiritual truths, our hearing sister, clairaudience, stuff like that, our voice, spiritual truths, yeah. So let's also give a shout out to my community, the village, my new subscribers, and also the ones that have been with me since the beginning. The journey has been an adventure, right? Gratitude to each and every one of you as well. And if you don't mind hitting the bell button so you are notified. And do again remember that you do get a message for your day with a comment or a share to get you on your way. It really helps with the algorithm. And somebody commented yesterday, I couldn't find you, but I do have a card for you. So if you're tuning in, I have a message. But it really helps with echoing out the algorithm. I'm not sure how all that works, but insights of the other world, the world of spirit, subtle energies. It's just a whole musing corridor, right? The elements, the cosmos, and so much more. But you can also find me on other channels like TikTok and Instagram, and of course, Facebook, where I'm streaming right now. Yeah. However, if your soul is nudging or tugging or pulling you, that happens, to dive on deeper into the realms of the other world, the subtle energies, and so much more, head on over to my musing corridor. This is a digital library in the sky. I should add, it's a venue where you have some amazing options to assist you, to guide you, and a private sacred circle, a village, a community village to utilize as well. And I am your otherworldly shamanic assistant. You truly are your own healer, but sometimes we have energetic hiccups and we need an otherworldly life coach to assist us, to really get us on our way or get us out of our own way. And with that, just a few announcements. You did see Rising of the Origins is coming in for round 2. The last time I did Rising of the Origins was May. This one's going to be a little bit different. And we also have the early bird opportunity to invest in yourself, change your stars. The door is open to utilize your intuitive gifts, your psychic abilities. Be sure to take the quiz. The energy world, it's merging with the intuitive energy, the spirit realm to the physical, being embodied. Energy to matter, or bringing spirit to matter, bodied. Or at least activate it and change your stars on the energetic highway, the star that we each uniquely are. And when you begin to merge your energy body, your subtle body, whatever you want to call it, with your physical and your soul, you then become the being, your gift and purpose, the star that we are kind of meant to be, who we are. So this investment, all my investments, quite honestly, are at angelic numbers. 999, $1 below 1,000, and we have the Rising of the Origins again. Be sure to tune into that. There is a library in the sky with some goodies, so it makes it kind of fun. That's opening next week. That immersion, it'll be on my Facebook group, Society Rising of the Origins, so just be a part of that. The link is also in the show notes, and again, there's a gallery of gifts. So with the sun and the moon, they're doing a dance today. It's the heart and the emotions, the sacral, the core of our being, and the essence of the star that we are. So it's beyond the starry night. So this would kind of feel like an energetic eclipse, but very different. It's this opposing energy of doing this dance. So the energy is beyond optimistic. It's playful, it's fun, it's hopeful, even educational. It's like childlike wonder and knowledgeable, like little kids when they learn something new or they keep saying the same word over and over. Like, it's hilarious, right? Little kids are great. So these things are expanding. It might even be a higher philosophy, a new perspective. That would be the soul's harmonic, our 9th energetic center, symbols and meta symbols and signs that are keep coming in, possibly even opening a new door, new things that come up and are stirring your cosmic soup, your star there, just boop, boop, beaconing it, feeling like a little Spockness. But about ourselves, our relationships and our partnerships, your mind may feel blown, or maybe a new mind-blowing potentials on the horizon, somebody you're initiating a relationship with, but really go with the flow. The energy is going to present itself like a gift on its own. So it's kind of this sensation of a time to open up to different options about what these relationships in the long term may feel like. Different options, whether it's people, situations, career, organizations. We have a variety of options, quite honestly. So doors open all over. But being in the season of Libra, these things have all been expanding over the last few weeks. Our relationships to our inner self, our inner world, our day-to-day relationships to the others, the outer field, our environment, work, play, family. My dad and son had an energetic hiccup last night. I was so grateful I wasn't home for that experience. But all in all, it was great. So things are opening. We're opening to a new door, to a new future with these relationship options. So today's the day where you see maybe what's on the plate or through the doorway, door one, door two, door three, all these new opportunities and choices. It's kind of like a cosmic buffet in the relationship arena. So you may also see through this door the opportunities that your heart has left. It's no longer on your path. What the heart wants in relationships, maybe you don't want that anymore. So you may be ending some, but your heart knows the path to take. So it's a path of self reflection, self realization, where someone or something may be coming to an end. And you may also be seeing or just becoming aware that you've got the memo. You're getting off the cart of that repeating trend. You're learning something different. Again, I call that the memo in our relationship corridor. So just be aware of how you can terminate a trend. And I would probably hire my spirit guardian to assist if that need be. But the day is going to bring in new relationship options, new doorways of opportunities, maybe even a new category of a relationship opens up, just exploring a new exciting trend. I don't even know what the trends in obviously clothing is lately. Relationships, though. So something our heart feels is worth pursuing or navigating. So to access this doorway, the key, if you've ever had a cowrie shell divination, right? The key is to follow your heart and what you feel. So it should feel exciting at the very least, very interesting, keeping you curious. So literally a buffet of options. Literally, I see a fish like catch and release before you kind of wheel it in, I guess. So what does this new relationship trend feel like inside? And does it light your heart up like E.T.'s finger lighting up? It's got to be something otherworldly exciting. I guess I should have, I'm ahead of myself. That's okay. But I'm going to show you the options real quick. So it's hilarious. We've got a ram for Aries, and we have, oh gosh, the the globe, the crystal ball, along with those. That I pulled for Libra, by the way, and then all these other stones are for Gemini. So you got some crystals. So we've got like a stone, a ram, and then a crystal ball. That's kind of what I'm going with. So those are your options for the messages, but I do have an extra message for a bonus. But on the elemental highway, we've got a young metal rat of a day, a Geng Z. And have you noticed how different the month of the dog feels over the month of the rooster? Total different frequency. But this is the northwest corner of your house. The stars fly, but the animals kind of stay in their quadrant, so different elementals come in. That's a whole other platform. I generally go into homes and look at that after I look at this and see if things are kind of not flowing. But if you have the dog in your chart, whether it's the year, the month, the day, or the hour, which I don't include in my show, that's kind of the northwest sector where you should make it feel like your habitat. Energy, right? It's a very curious thing. So you kind of have to make it feel homey for you. But the elemental highway, the young metal rat, we've got two friends side by side, two young metals. So those are friends, unrefined friends, mind you. But our day is actually weak in the earth. The dog energy is dry. It's got fire down there. So it's dry, it's thick, and it's heavy. So that makes our metal dry too, makes it scratchy. But we do have water, the rat. We both have yin water and yang water. So the tiger is kind of loosening up the mountain, which is the dog. You get how this all plays out. And the big water, the yang water there, that's cleansing to our day, which is buried deep in that mountain. So nature is actually the most needed element. So this would be ideas, visions, vitality, energy, the liver, the gallbladder. So it's a great day for actually tigers, rabbits, and dragons, if that's your elemental. And the month has a talent, a neighboring friend called, it's bonding, it's creating those meaningful relationships and friendships. So that's kind of interesting that that's here today, especially with the cosmic energies. And the social circle, that's the artist has the year of the artist on the year for today. So this is fine taste. It's luxury dining, luxury items. I would say it's kind of metalish in a way, luxury items, writings, public gatherings, intellectual, taking the energy from the tiger, the intellect, the ideas, and kind of fine tuning it, the young metal. It all plays out. So it's kind of like this friendly artistry kind of day. But nature, the world of nature is the elemental I would be probably going to, grounding into, connecting with a tree, how trees communicate with the roots. So on with the messages. I'm still going with the season of the witch, the Samhain oracles. So again, I'm going to show you your options because I kind of flipped that up. Options, there we go. So we've got a ram for Aries. We've got a crystal ball for Libra. I guess balancing the balls, I don't know. That's why that came up. And just some different stones and crystals for Gemini. Stay curious. I had great downloads last night. So those are your options. So if you chose the crystal ball, you got intuition in the house. The 23. So this is believing in that heartfelt feeling. It's like, does the heart feel it? Does the heart believe it? And then you are mindful of it. And then it becomes this inner knowing. So we all hold the answers. We know the truths. We've got ancient wisdom, ancient ones. I would say the singers of the realms. But I had the council the other day. So it's kind of a waiting behind the doors of our mind. It's this feeling. It's our inner sight. It's visualization. There's so many intuitive gifts, quite honestly. But accessing, changing your stars, a variety of intuitive gifts to explore behind that curtain. So intuition is one of our superpowers. We come into it with this life to assist us to navigate our human experience on the earth plane. But it's more of something we often feel rather than think or even see sometimes. We can't perceive it with our rational mind, facts. And within those feelings, that's when we find answers to everything from what to eat, whether we should go out on that day, who we can trust, and so on and so forth. Our intuition, it's always 100% on. It's always filtering, offering us wisdom and guidance in the form generally of how we feel. Feelings are a different state of consciousness. We tend to put them on the back burner. However, feelings never lie. So it's this message of being asked to kind of develop our spidey senses further when we are holding this message, tuning in. I think it's pretty interesting. But, it's about learning to navigate the world through our spiritual GPS, that guiding system, instead of relying on our rational mind to show us the way. It's subscribing to the otherworldly channel instead of subscribing to the channel of man, the media. It's a whole different process. So our ego self also plays a very important role, but we should be guided by our intuition, our higher self, our Sira, what we look like on the other side. The ego and our intuition should really be working together to really assist us to approach life through both our logic and our feelings, because sometimes things just don't feel right? And then our mind kind of starts giving us hiccups. So there's nothing in life that we can accomplish with one or the other. It's about this cosmic roll. They're doing a dance. So it's Mars. Mars is our action, our character, it's our root center, and our intuition channel is Neptune, the crown, and they do this cosmic dance. And our intuition is the driver. Our ego is the car or the vessel that we're embodied in, but they both are needed to get us to our destination, our gift, and our purpose. But being that we're in the realm of the sacral and our heart, so it's our feelings and our intuition, maybe feeling empathy more than vision or sight or heartfelt relational. So that's kind of how intuition, it's there's so many different ones. And honestly, there is. Oh boy. Okay, so if you chose the ram, you get to greet the darkness. I almost said the ghost in the darkness. Pretty interesting. So 19. So that's the heart is on fire. It's like what lights up our heart. When we ignite the heart, we manifest passion to the furnace. So it's like our intentions in alignment with what our heart wants, and then we are trusting and loving the process to bring it into manifestation into the earth plane. It's like dreams getting manifested. They have to land into the earth plane, hit the earth star. But here's where the spin bands and the self, it kind of quivers. There's breath that's hidden, and there's a pieces that make up our whole. But we cut in deep with all of our sharp little edges, right? That's metal. So it's about greeting the darkness. It's a great image. I don't know if you can see how cool it is. It actually reminds me of the Bone Woman, if you're part of her show. But it's so cool. But this is our self. This is our inner truth. But it's darkness, right? So often we get a sense of terror from what we can't see, the ghost in the darkness. But not all hidden things are bad. There are a variety of things in the shadows that we cannot see that really hold the secret of life, abundance, and renewal. Similar to a lotus flower that blooms from the darkness of the muddy waters. And one of my fae, I'll get into that later, but there's beauty in the darkness for those who know where to look with their heart space. So it's a message or a calling to go into the deep, the dark, the depths of those corners where there are parts of us that are so magical and beautiful that really remain undiscovered. Those are treasures in the darkness. Just allowing ourselves to really open a door even to the unknown. We can do this by confronting our old wounds, those lost memoirs, feeling no shame, or guilt or disappointment, blame, whatever you want to call it. So that's also called shadow work, right? So this is an exercise that allows us to really make friends with our demons, with our inner enemies, instead of hiding from them. So what seems like a monster in the closet sometimes is really just a lost part of us that does need love and support. I would say our feelings, nurturing our inner baby. So when feelings like anger or resentment or even chaos come around, it's because those feelings are trying to protect us, and the only way that they know how. Anger only knows anger and can only offer support in that way, where chaos only knows chaos. But I always see the magic on the other side of chaos, right? A thunderstorm comes in, cleans up things, gets rid of the frequency and the energy. And that's the only way chaos knows how to get our attention. So these feelings and emotions are really trying to help us find the gems, the treasures, the beauty that's waiting in those dark places of our essence, of our being, and confronting whatever feelings that you have surrounding your situations and allowing those feelings to come to the surface and face them without fear, because fear is only false evidence affecting our reality, and greeting them at the door, making friends with them, and asking them how they can work together. So really journaling through those meditative conversations with those darker aspects or parts of yourself. And within those words of advice, you're going to find those lost or missing pieces of yourself, kind of like a self-discovery treasure map. So this would be a sign that you're ready to bring those inner truths to the surface. Maybe you've done a lot of healing. Maybe you've done a lot of self-exploration. But your guide, your personal guardian, they really just want us to know that we cannot remain in this darkness forever. It's time to allow those hidden aspects and parts to really see the light of the day. I always say that there's light in the darkest of the darkness. But following greeting the darkness, if you chose the Gemini stones, you get the graveyard. The darkness, I really do feel like there's a lot of magic in the darkness, but the graveyard, the 18, this is leading with the heart. When we lead with our heart and commit to our heart, we are then ready to initiate a heartfelt decision or action to take. So this one at the base, it says that there's a song that bellows in the peace of knowing no end. There's peace there, and acknowledging the crossroads of eternity. I do rituals with crossroads. So often, we see a graveyard as a symbol of mortality, tears, collecting tears of mourners whose loved ones have been laid to rest. But tears actually carry our ancestors to the other world. But in the stillness, it's this song that kind of creeps up our spine, similar to a vine, an eerie one, right? Leaving us to ponder whose death will come next. It's kind of that, but the graveyard is so much more. It really is a place of serenity where souls can really find peace, stillness, solitude, beyond the harsh realities of being in the earth plane of living, because there's no longer a need to struggle against what is. It's a place of surrendering. So these are, people kind of fear the graveyard and the cemeteries, which at night I kind of have a different frequency there, but it's been a home for wandering souls and spirits who can't find peace. Those who have not had transitions and made it to eternity, the ancestor realm, they're forced to live a half life. They're not dead or alive. Souls who are facing with taking responsibility for a life that they didn't live to their fullest. So they're focusing on things that really didn't matter, maybe holding on to resentment. So this message is here to help us find peace with where we are, where there are times when we're going to be faced with difficult situations, energetic hiccups that are sometimes, more than often, beyond our control, those are the times when we need to surrender to our current threading, our place. There's no use in fighting a battle that we've possibly already lost. So it's like taking control over the one thing that we can change, and that is ourselves or the situation. Some things are, they're no longer in our hands. So the powers that be have kind of taken over. So often we're faced with this challenging ending that's not necessary to facilitate a bright new beginning. It's an offering, but it's kind of even a warning in a way to let some things go so that we can focus on the joy and the magic, the molecules of life. So, sure, somebody may have hurt you, betrayed you, but we all know this, right? That the hurt and the betrayal often has a critical part, a role to play in our life, especially here on the earth plane. It does make us stronger, wiser, and hopefully more grateful, an attitude of gratitude for the parts of our life that we don't have to keep pain, keep it prisoner. So it's kind of time to acknowledge our role in playing in our own healing, taking responsibility for the chains that we put on ourselves. So it's like making decisions today to really take back your power and start living life to the fullest grain of salt there is. Or, I remember one time I told my mom I was going to Texas by myself. This is like 20 years ago. And she was worried because I was going alone. And I was like, well, I don't want to wake up one day and wish I could have, or I did, right? So that's kind of what the message is here. We don't want to wake up and realize that we've let ourselves become one of those lost souls who never really lived life to the fullest. So going to the graveyard, I might go there and visit my mother. I do have a shrine over here for her. However, the bonus card, the witch. Where are my witches? Somebody commented yesterday, this is for you. I think it was Charlie, I don't know. I'm not sure what channel you were tuning in from, but the witch, which we had 2 days ago, I think, the 43. So this is believing in where our heart belongs, and we are attracting, law of attracting our heart's wishes, guided by spirit, our intuition, which we started with today. So this is wisdom and alchemy. It's time to really grab hold of the fire in the belly. Things are getting awakened to all of that. It's kind of a opening the door. It's kind of a delicate pull to the roots of alchemy of itself. Change is in the air. So this is our strength, the center of strength and wisdom and energy. So when we tap into the energies of the earth, we have these healing powers and the wisdom of the earth, as well as the energy within us all. We're all part of the particles, right? And the atoms. So this moving energy is really there to create any life choice we want. Maybe we do feel like a wandering soul, and now we want to create manifestation, things taking form. Just knowing how to see the signs in everything around us, using infusions or potions or spells to give healing and hope. Hope to anyone who's seeking your guidance, utilizing your gifts for the good of all humanity, to heal, to nourish the earth plane. So this is kind of a message that you should know, that we are all more capable of manifesting what our heart desires, even if we feel we haven't had success in the past. Keep on keeping on. Practice makes master, even in magic and mastery. So when our intentions or spells or magic, whatever you want to call it, isn't working, it doesn't mean that we're not powerful or that we're on the wrong path. But what it could mean is that the moment isn't right or ripe for the picking right now. So we manifest what we are ready to receive, and that's when the doorway opens. It's all about baby steps, smaller intentions, clearing up the cosmic cobwebs of baggage, the baggage that may be holding us back from receiving or calling in the things that our heart desires. So that's what a witcher's way to manifest is all about. If our heart isn't feeling the passion or the desire of the manifestation, if it's not heartfelt, it's, it may be able to take form, or it does take form, but the foundation isn't solid and the cookie crumbles. So this is magic, intention, manifestations. They're all alchemizing. They're all alchemy. So these conditions need to be right. It's why we keep on keeping on in order to turn our spiritual silver or gold to transform it. And we've got young metal today, so that totally makes sense. But it's a base note to keep on keeping on. It's a matter of practicing to create and make master. It's the ripening of the manifestation. So keep soothing the simmering pot. In this case, it would be called a cauldron because we're playing with the witches. So with all of that, and that was kind of a mouthful, the messages, the elements, I would say have some fun exploring what feels more passionate and optimistic. Like, what does a relationship feel like when it's led with the heart? It should feel like gold, alchemizing, like lighting up our heartstrings and streams, kind of like a guitar, a harp, singing a melody, and just opening up our heart to what we wish could happen in a juicy relationship. It's like, ooh, what does the heart really wish for? So you may literally be introduced to a new person, relationship in your life, a new career, an opportunity opens up. Maybe meet somebody important for your future where life is changing, beginning a new relationship in different arenas of your life. Again, it could be anywhere. It doesn't always have to be in communion, I guess. So if you are literally introduced to somebody today, take notice. It may be something really significant that really alters and shifts your future path. So I would say get on a roller coaster, scream like a little kid, and open up to all types of cultures and peoples, our intuition, the darkness, the soul's hidden journey. I may go visit my mom, but of course I do have an altar. But sometimes it's a message to go into the soul's other world. Maybe do a little witchy poo ritual. I don't know. But when we take an action in love for the sake of love, it creates this cosmic infinity. It's a win. So it's time to really decide on what brings out or brings you the most loving sensation or feeling. I'm still seeing the golden nugget. Don't know why. But use it. Use it for the whole of humanity. So if you're feeling a less uneasy, maybe a little nervous, it may probably actually mean that you're kind of onto something that's otherworldly, bodacious, and huge, galactic big. So it's the sun, the moon, and flying with Jupiter. That's Gemini, Libra, and Aries. They're in the cosmic soup today. So we do have kind of like our root chakra expanding to manifestations. So I would affirm that I'm open to my future life, expanding my heart field and honing in on my feelings, which that's a whole nother field. And again, I have some amazing offerings and openings here. The Rise of the Origins, Changing Your Stars, plus a little something, something percolating. The meditation circle is on. I'm not sure where the moon's going to be. I was feeling kind of, it would be a new or full moon, but the 6th of November. So the season of Scorpio is really on the horizon as well. So there's lots of good, juicy things happening out there. So with all of that, thanks for tuning in, and hopefully I will see you for the Rising of the Origins. That does start next Tuesday in the Rising of the Origins, by the way. So with that, thanks for listening, and make it a juicy weekend. It should be otherworldly. I'm just saying that out loud to prepare you. It's going to be fun. Ashe.
Awaken the spirit that resides in you. Are you ready to take the path of discovery into your personal story? Rising of the Origins is a free 3-day immersion starting October 18th, 2022. Day 1, setting the stage. Discover how to utilize the elements to set your foundation, calling in an elemental being for protection, being centered, open, and closing space. Day 2, gift and purpose. Merging with the elements, we can discover our gift and our purpose, releasing what no longer serves us, recognizing our authentic self, being a conduit by connecting to our higher self, our Sira, and more. Day 3, connecting the subtle and the elemental, the energetic centers, the elemental realm as doorways, gathering information on the highway, working with the centers to figure out the elements that creates our current threads. Being able to log in here at club.tanyad.tv/login and watch the replays, explore the goodies inside your own personal library. My wish for you is that through each day you awaken the spirit that resides within you. Through seeing yourself with vital eyes, life transforms, passions ignited through the information superhighway, awakening the spirit. Save your spot and activate your portal at club.tanyad.tv/rise, and I will see you.